Hello, my name is Raymond and I will show you how to create in Windows 10 on Windows Universal Apps an application with multiple languages. So this is called multilingual or language application, or and the stuff inside is the localization. So I start now with a blank app. I show you this because it was quite difficult for me, and there are some tricks, and if you do it right, then it's easy to create an app which may also be shown in another language. So multi-language. So okay, we start on a blank app, blank project. That's a blank app, and I say that's my MAT multilingual application toolkit test or something like this. 2 blank, nothing else, and I'm writing it in C#. Now we have here Visual Studio Community 2015, so it says okay, we need it in Windows 10. And there are some tricks, but if you follow that stuff, then it's easy for you. Now, as you see on the left side, that's my solution coming up. You should install the multilingual app toolkit, which is the link is on my is below the video. Maybe if you have enabled this, if you downloaded it, you will see this multilingual toolkit line, and you have to enable it in the selection. You can do that at the beginning. Okay, so the multilingual, the MAT gives you an additional submenu on here on that stuff, in the solution. Now when you're here on the solution, you will see, oh, everything is disabled, and this is we want to translate something, and the translation needs to know some things. We have here the main page, that's the standard page, and when I'm what we do now, we take a button straight on there and the label. Now comes the trick. We have here a button, and we have here a label control. This is a text block in in Universal Apps. And at the button, now that's important. Here we have my application is written here. My default application language is in the package. Here in the package app X manifest, you have here ENUS. That's what we go on. This is just to know. Now we start in the button, and here in the button we say okay. Maybe we start in English, but it doesn't matter when we localize it, and then it should be available in any language. Now I start in English. And I say okay, run that app, for example, run the app. So this is a typical English word, and in here in my text block, I say okay, there's the text block, and I take it to the left side so we can read it a little bit better. Here I write my language is ENUS, and this is in the text, and this is in the content. That's important, later point. And now what we have to do, we have to give a unique name. So this, when you type there X double point, and then the UID is the name which is automatically found and translated when you open it. So when we say this one, now this is my button start, for example. My name, for example, is here the same, and now I say here the same X UI UID label language, for example. Okay, and maybe the same in here. So when we have an app now, the system may automatically find this UID, universal identification number, and it may translate this, and it may translate, in this case, the content, in this case, the text. Now, there's no total automatic preset. We have to, when you're here, you will still see this not allowed. So what you have to do now is, for localization, we have, that's important, we have to add a folder which is called strings, and in here we have to add a second folder which is called ENUS. This is the folder which we had here on my package here, this one. And then I have to add a resource file. Now that's the final stuff. Resource file, simply add it, okay? And inside this resource file, I'm placing now the UID. UID, this is here. And then, important, the content. That's what we want to modify. So point content, and here in the English side it's written run the app, and here on the label I'm gonna say label, and the label is in my English stuff EN US. So okay, that's beautiful. I may close that. When we run this now, we assume that it's shown in this language, but here it's my language on my machine is set to German. So if there's nothing else available, then this default app will run the language which is available. So there's no German available, so this stuff is coming up. Okay, so this is the default what I have written in here. Now, as soon as I've added this ENUS language file, then now I'm able to add a new translation language. So this was not available, enabled in here before. Now when I add this one, and now I'm going to my German language, but all the other languages too. Now here's Deutsch or German written. You will see here's a new file, and this file is also new. And when I go now into double click in the XLF file, you will see there's that's the original stuff, and I may translate it automatically. So run the app is translated to führen Sie die Anwendung. That's not okay, but let's leave it there, okay? And the EN should be DE, okay? So I'm saving this stuff. Ta-da-da! And now when I run it again, ta-da! Now what you see here, that's this one is translated, and label language was not translated because in my English language file here, you see, we had only typed in label language. Now we have here a point text, so this will be also translated, and here it's the same point text. Now when I start it again, you will see this one is translated and the other one not. Now it was not translated here, as we see. Here it is. It was not. Go on there again. Here language, point text, and this the MAT multilingual editor tells me here DE. Save it. And now we're starting it. And as you see, now here it's automatically translated by the system. All what you have to do, remember, you have to give this unique identifier for this stuff, and you have to with dot point the property which should be changed. And now I'm able to upload this stuff to the store, and the customer who has on his main system German, for example, will get the German language shown, and the English one will get the English one. So this was difficult for me when I programmed it, and I hope I could help you or can help you to also create a multilingual app for the App Store. And if you liked it, then give me a button and subscribe, all that stuff.